All right, welcome back to the Xhale Spearfishing Workshop, everyone. I am Eric, and we have another gun overview to do for you today. We have in front of us here the Rob Allen 100, actually, take that back, the Rob Allen 1000 tuna, measured in millimeters. Oh, we need to change that, huh? Oh, 1000 millimeter. Also the same thing as a 100 centimeter gun, so we'll use that. But this is the Rob Allen Tuna, so their factory rigging on this bad boy is going to come with two 5/8 bands at 24 inches and a single wrap of 300-pound mono. And this is our first pipe gun, our first rail gun in this series, so it'll be interesting to compare that to our previous one, which was a wood gun. So the model length is going to be 100 centimeters. On most pipe guns, they're measuring the barrel length as that mark, so that's kind of an interesting thing to note. Now the overall measured stock length, so on the Rob Allen, the butt actually extends a little bit, or sorry, the grip extends a little bit past the butt, as you can see there. So from the end of the handle to the tip of the muzzle, we are looking at 49 inches. And getting into our little rig here, this time we decided to do the measurements ahead of time, so you're not waiting on us to crank this thing back and attempt to calculate things in our head. So our band tension on the scale was 107 pounds per band, so we got a total of 214 pounds of band force on the Rob Allen Tuna, and that's stretched over 27 inches of usable band stretch. That's going to be the measurement from the slack wishbone, like slack band at the wishbone, to the back notch on the shaft. The shaft specs on this guy, it's a 55-inch shaft, or 140 centimeters, since this is a European style gun. The diameter of the shaft is a true 7 millimeter, and the weight of the shaft is 15 ounces. The loading length, which as we discussed before, but if you're not familiar with that, it's going to be the distance from where the gun is resting on you to the back notch on the shaft. And that number is going to affect kind of how difficult the gun is to load, how much force really you've got, or really just how far back your arms have to go. The closer that band is to your chest, the more difficult it is to load, more difficult it is to keep the gun steady. So that's an interesting thing to start measuring there. That is 7.5 inches, so slightly shorter than our last gun we reviewed, which was the Riffiero. And the gun weight itself is 2 pounds, 2 ounces. We'll call it 2 pounds. So also a much lighter gun compared to a similar size wood gun. So you are going to run into a little bit higher recoil on most of these pipe guns. And what's something else to talk about? We've got the safety. On the Rob Allen, notoriously bad safety. Not that it fails, it's just hard to manipulate. It is a switch style safety. It's on the top of the trigger mech. It is a trigger block style, so it is a physical barrier between the trigger and the sear, so it actually prevents the trigger from moving. It does function. The parts are plastic, so they do have some give to them. So keep that in mind. It's not a metal safety. And yeah, if this gun is loaded with the safety on, it can be a little difficult to manipulate back and forth. They've gotten better over the years, but that's opinion, not necessarily fact. So, all that being said, we can now factor into our Xhale punch rating, trademarked. And what we came out with, basically what we're doing there, we're taking the total poundage of band force on the gun over the distance that's being applied to, multiplied by the weight of the shaft to give us our baseline number. As long as we do this the same every time, as long as our brains can handle that, then we should get a pretty interesting number to compare gun to gun. So the Rob Allen, is that the number right there? That's the number right there. Came out to 43.34. And there it is. The Xhale punch rating on the Rob Allen. Now, just because this is our second one that we're doing, I'm just going to use the last one as an example as well. You've got two guns that are the same factory size range. So you've got a Rob Allen 100 centimeter gun We just did the Rife Euro in the 100 centimeter, and they did come out to 2 different punch ratings. The Rife Euro has the same amount of band stretch, but a shorter band, slightly shorter band. The Rob Allen's got about an inch longer band.
Slightly heavier shaft too.
Yeah, slightly heavier shaft in the Rife. Not much, but a little bit. It's enough to kind of make a difference in those decimals, I think. And so as a result, we've got a slightly lower punch rating on the Rob Allen, which is a little, not shocking, but you know, we're all diehard Rob Allen fans out here in South Florida, so you know, it is what it is. It's a lower punch rating. So that being said, we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning into this one. If there's any other stuff you want to see on these guns, or if you want to see a particular gun get overviewed by us and get the official punch rating score, let us know down in the comments.
Or if you want to come in and actually see these guns in person, where do they go?
Xhale Spearfishing. We are located here in Jupiter, Florida. We also have a website, www.xhalespearfishing.com, where we'll also be keeping track of these numbers on a page on the website.